YouTube channel. My name is Morgana Marie and I specialise in helping neurodivergent leaders, professionals and organisations to shift perspectives around neurodivergence, also educating on the gifts, abilities and assets that neurodivergent talent brings. And in this video I would like to share the power of autism and how autism is actually a greatness. So if you haven't done so already, please give this channel a like, a share and subscribe, as it really helps me to share my message out there. These videos are free resources for anyone looking to develop both personally and professionally. Someone with autism, and this is generally speaking, not always this is the case, but people with autism find that they have strong values and loyalty. They're very generous people. It comes from a place of pure wanting to make a difference and comes from the heart. A lot of autistic people are heart open people and don't always get that back. So it can be quite painful when you're so heart open and you don't get that back. But it's about having discernment around this, around who to give your energy to, who to open your heart to, because it can set you up for rejection or hurt in many ways. So using your discernment about who you can open your heart with and is important. I myself am autistic, ADHD and dyslexic all rolled into one, and for me autism is a different way of perceiving the world. It's a great capacity to experience the world differently, and it brings unique perspectives to the way that I experience my life and the way that I coach others into helping them to see different possibilities and perspectives in their life. Now, let's reframe autism as something that's not a disability, not a disorder or a deficit in any way, but in fact a great ability to make change and bring forwards more consciousness and change for a better world. I myself am autistic, and I would say one of my greatest strengths is perception. Perception, awareness, deep focus and thinking. I am incredibly empathic, and this is now one of my greatest gifts and abilities, to sense and know what someone is going through and to be able to catch someone's blind spots when they can't see them. And this, as a coach and a mentor, is an incredible ability to help someone through their struggles and challenges and to see what they're not seeing. So deep focus, thinking and perception is something that I embrace now as a strength to help someone, to make a difference. Do you have perception? Are you aware? Do you notice that you may be highly sensitive or more empathic than the average person? Maybe you just know things that you don't really know why you know them, but you just do. Chances are, if you have these experiences, then you're probably autistic as well. Autism brings authenticity. There is no way I can be a liar, a person who hides or pretends or can keep secrets. From my life, I felt like I was hiding, and I found it incredibly painful not being able to be authentic. And this led to depression and anxiety and frustration, stress, burnout, just feeling really lost in the world. But once I'd worked on myself through coaching, mentorship and my own tools that I use to this day, I've been able to change my thinking. unhide myself, stop masking, pretending that I'm like other people, and be my authentic self. Authenticity is who we are. We can't be anyone else. Where does authenticity get you? Greatness. Because you're not following the norm. You're not being what other people expect you to be. You're not being a people pleaser, being a doormat to others. You're living from your truth. And when you live from your truth, you live from your power, your knowing, and your awareness at all times. You are able to perceive problems and find unique solutions for them. You never get stuck. But this comes with awareness and actually integrating daily tools into your life. It's not just about pressing a switch and hoping your life changes. When you acknowledge that you're autistic, you have to use personal development tools. Maybe you have your own tools, meditation, EFT, coaching. I'm a theta healer, EFT practitioner, energy worker, Reiki master, access bars facilitator, and I have my own programs. And I'm also the founder of the Neuro-Genius Mind Matrix, which was a program and a process that enables my clients to really leverage their abilities and strengths. You have to be willing to work on yourself if you really want to step into your greatness. People with autism are honest. They function from integrity. Not everyone likes that. Some people can find that incredibly challenging when they're not being authentic, when they're not being honest or integral. Autistic people will highlight to someone else where they aren't being true to themselves. They will illuminate others. They may trigger people, but it's up to that person whether they decide to acknowledge that trigger and work through it and harness the gift that is underneath that trigger. It's not for you as an autistic person to have to save that person, help them, heal them. It's not your story. You are just the illuminator. You are just the way shower. You are the key. And this is a great ability to help people change their life, make a difference, and you're trustworthy. You are an advisor. You may consider yourself to be an advisor, a counsel to people who feel like they need to talk about their feelings, their emotions, or have some sort of support that is sacred and private. But it doesn't mean that you have to take that into your body or hold it in. You must let these things go once you've worked with your clients. If you consider yourself to be maybe a counsellor or a coach or a mentor in some way, really make sure that you are clearing and you are separating yourself from someone else's life, because otherwise it will just take over and you will consume yourself in their stories. Now, how do we do that? We clear our energy field. And you can just say, I just choose to clear and release any thoughts, feelings and emotions that don't belong to me, and send them to Creator's light or down to the earth. Sometimes it's more than that. We need to go deeper, because somewhere along the line you have decided that you have to hold on to that belief because it serves you in some way. And that's where the deep energy work happens. Autistic people are straightforward. They're very direct. They say what they're thinking. They don't hold back. Most of the time, an autistic person will just have no filter and they will just say what's on their mind. Some people can find that incredibly triggering and unacceptable, but they're genuinely not meaning any harm. They are just speaking truth. But if you're autistic and you find that that is a struggle for you, you have to learn ways in which to communicate and learn social cues, because sometimes that could be seen as you crossing someone's boundaries when they have not given you that opportunity to say something to them. So you've got to be having your own boundaries in place and be aware of other people's boundaries, But yeah, a trait of autism is straightforwardness, directiveness, and bluntness. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing about you. Someone with autism, and this is generally speaking, not always this is the case, but people with autism find that they have strong values and loyalty. They're very generous people. It comes from a place of pure wanting to make a difference and comes from the heart. A lot of autistic people are heart open people and don't always get that back. So it can be quite painful when you're so heart open and you don't get that back. But it's about having discernment around this, around who to give your energy to, who to open your heart to, because it can set you up for rejection or hurt in many ways. So using your discernment about who you can open your heart with and is important. Never feel like you have to hide your heart just because of someone else. If you want to say what you need to say, and you have to say the truth and you have to speak truth, because when you speak your truth, you're speaking from your heart. Don't be afraid to just say it, because that other person may need to hear it. They may not hear it. It's not up to you to get them to hear it. Be who you are. Transparency is a great thing, because you'll speak truth and you are honest and you can be firm with people, and sometimes someone really requires that. Not everyone will receive that, and that's okay, but you have to understand that you're you and you should never have to filter or minimize yourself in any way to fit into someone else's lack of acceptance of themselves or lack of integrity in who they are. So if you have strong values, embrace them. What are your values? There are many, I'm sure. I found that being autistic in my life, I really value deep, meaningful connections over just loads of different people in my life. I value quality over quantity. I work with clients who really connect with me. I can't work with everyone. I'm not here to serve everyone. I'm here to serve the people that I can make a difference to. And this is something that I've really had to learn over my years in personal development, that I can only help the people who are truly willing to receive the help. So if they're not willing to receive the help, then they're probably not your person. So someone with autism is generally a person who wants to give, wants to support, has a heart of gold, and not everyone is like that. Not everyone's willing to receive that. But what you can do is ask a question. Well, who's willing to receive me? Who is willing to have me in their life? Who can I contribute to? And who can contribute to me? Just asking these questions alone will start to attract those people into your life. Valuable, meaningful connections. A lot of autistic people can attract narcissists. Empathic people can attract narcissists. It's really important that you are aware of a narcissist and what they look like, what their energy's like. They can be draining, toxic energy vampires. It's very important to understand that narcissists never mean to do it personally. It's just you're willing to be gaslit in some way. And I'm going to talk about this on a different episode about gaslighting and how to not be at the effect of gaslighting by others. But it's something to be aware of. If you're autistic, you may be empathic, that you are a light for heavier energies, narcissists, and it's important that you are aware of that so you're not manipulated in any way or abused in any way. You can actually prevent that by just having discernment of what to say, who to say it to. Is it relevant? Is a great question. Is this relevant? Having awareness all times is your saviour to getting yourself entangled in drama and karma and mess messy situationships that don't actually align with your higher self, your value, your integrity. Resilience and determination. Autistic people are so resilient, so determined. I've been knocked back so many times in my life, but I get up every time and I keep going. I'm persistent, consistent, and I keep driving forwards. You may recognize this within yourself too. Determination, motivation, innovative. You're a problem solver. You know there's always so many solutions. You know there's always something greater out there. You know, and you just must follow your knowing. Never let someone tell you what you can and can't do. Never be held back by someone else's point of view about you. Follow your own strength. Be your strength, because you are strong. And there's a lot about you that is strong, that you may have judged as wrong, but it's not. You ever notice how you may have like unconventional creativity and you have these wild ideas and you are visual and you see these colours and these images in your mind and these ideas? Chances are you're probably autistic. Autistic people are incredible creatives. I've met a lot of photographers in my life. I myself am a photographer and model, and I have been very lucky to work with the most incredible photographers and creatives in my life who have these unique ideas out of nowhere. On a spiritual perspective, us autistic people are visionaries and we are channelers. We channel ideas that come from source, so we can move with those ideas and let them come through us and take action upon them. Chances are you're unconventional in your creativity. You may feel judged by that, or maybe you judge yourself for that, but don't. Embrace it. Go into it more. What else is possible with this creativity that you have of yours? Never ever cut off your creativity for anyone. Maybe you consider yourself to be a musician, a writer, or a artist in some way. Chances are you're probably autistic. How great is that? Yeah, how much money can you make from being creative in all the creative ways that are possible? I like to say that I'm multidimensional. I never just stick to one thing. And actually, I used to judge that, but now I embrace it because it's enabled me to have multiple income streams through multi different ways and enjoy my life, to be fulfilled. There is never one linear way of creating your life, nor should you just stick to one thing. There is so many different ways and avenues of exploring your creativity. Your creativity is worth a lot. It's just a value that you have to others. Bring that forward. And if you struggle with any of this or embracing your abilities in any way, I do offer coaching and mentorship to help people to break through their biggest challenges, to rewire your subconscious mind for success. Because I don't believe any neurodivergent professional, leader or organisation should be stuck in self-sabotage. I save you years and years and years of self-sabotage because I know what it feels like to come from that place of sabotaging myself. It's costly, it's draining, and it's expensive. And you don't need to go through that struggle. When you work with a coach and mentor like me, we get to the root cause of the issue, unblock you so you can drive your ideas forwards with ease and speed. Thank you for watching this channel. If you haven't done, please give it a like, a share and subscribe, and do comment below if you enjoyed this and what you enjoyed from this video, because I always love to read your comments. I read them personally and I always take action in terms of what can I offer next. So give me ideas too, because I'm interested to know what I can offer and continue to really embrace everyone on this channel who follows me. This is about coming together, connecting and being part of a community together. And just to remind you, autism is not a limitation in any way. It's pure brilliance, and by embracing this and celebrating who you are, you will fly. you will recognize that your autism is a superpower, and you forge the way forwards for your greatness and your expansion and positive change in the world. Thank you.